Hello, fight fans, and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic MMA Revival. I am the most dangerous man alive today, and on this eve of bitter cold and snow, at least here in Illinois, circa January 2019, we're going to be watching Ultimate Boxing, Pride vs. Seikendo. This event was held on June 11th, 2000 at the Yokohama Arena in Yokohama, Japan. This event seems to be held under Satoru Sayama's Seikendo World Association, which I cannot find much information at all, at least in terms of English sources. I'm sure on the Japanese version of Google, or if you knew how to spell Japanese words and read Japanese words, maybe you might be able to find some stuff. But me, just a dumb American who only speaks English, I couldn't find anything. Ultimate Boxing was a series of events under the SWA, and this was a side project for Satoru, not to interfere with his Shuto, and it seems to exist to showcase Satoru's own form of shoot boxing. It's called Ultimate Boxing, duh. And it seems to be a competitor to shoot boxing. Let me explain. Shoot boxing is a style developed from kickboxing by Seizer Takeshi, who was part of the original lineup of fighters, trainers, and students under Satoru Sayama's Shuto promotion and international commission. Takashi left Shuto in 1985 to pursue his own dream of creating a combat sport that allows kicking, punching, throwing, and standing submissions. This would be shoot boxing. Shoot boxing would be featured later in Shuto, and I assume Takeshi and Satoru were still friends, but maybe they had a falling out, and Satoru decided to create his own form of shoot boxing. And I say this using my powers of speculation because I don't know for sure, but why else would Satoru Sayama create his own little shoot boxing style and just call it Ultimate Boxing? Why not just feature shoot boxing unless there was problems with Takeshi? The shoot boxing inspired bouts that we'll see tonight are called Ultimate Boxing. They have the addition of limited ground fighting. This is different than shoot boxing. Shoot boxing, from what I remember and from what I can recall seeing a couple shoot boxing matches, there's no ground fighting, but I could be wrong there. Anyway, tonight we'll be treated to 8 bouts, mainly Ultimate Boxing bouts, but there are 2 MMA bouts, I believe. We'll get to see a couple familiar Brazilians, a bunch of unknown Russians, a couple guys we've seen in Pride, and Dick Vrij, the legendary rings combatant. Well, not much more to say, so why don't we just hit play and watch the magic happen. Play. Whoa! Ninjas! Geishas! Sumos! Well, this is going to be an awesome event. If it has all this. Oh, wait, no, it's just a Sky Perfect TV. That's... Oh, my God, they're tricking us already. So here we go, Inoue fighting Mark Kerr. I don't know why they're showing that. Oh, there's Igor Volchanchin fighting Otsuka. I guess they're just promoting Pride at this point. Pride, circa June 2000, was still a fledgling upstart, even though it started in 1997. It wasn't around this time. It wasn't until around this time that Pride really got its footing and started to make major headways in terms of Japanese popularity, Japanese public awareness, and it probably has a lot to do with their Sakuraba beating Hoist Gracie. But the Grand Prix had a lot to do with it. Mark Coleman, there you go, winning the Grand Prix. So here's some Ultimate Boxing, I assume, and not just shoot boxing. Ultimate Boxing, I don't know where they found all these Russians, but maybe Ultimate Boxing was being refined in Russia with Russian events. Satoru Sayama was holding events in Russia, maybe, Bulgaria, various former Soviet states, possibly. There's a lot of badasses in the former Soviet states, you know. Whoa, just see that spinning kick. Ultimate Boxing Excite. Well, what is there? A RoboCop? Is he watching this action? Oh, and there's Igor Borisov. He must have been Ultimate Boxing before. Again, yes, we'll see Igor Borisov, who had one and only one appearance in Pride. We'll see him later. Well, here we are at the Yokohama Arena. I wonder how many tickets they sold for this event, but it looks pretty packed. On second thought, they have a lot of blacked out areas there. Hey, look who it is. Oh, pause. I gotta pause it because is that who I think it is? Oh, and check out the guy over here. The blonde dude, nice shirt. Is this Risa Stegmeyer? Miss Risa, who showed up for one Pride, two Prides? They had her as like a backstage interviewer. She didn't last long, and I don't think we'll ever see or hear of Risa Stegmeyer ever again. But I did look it up, whatever happened to Risa Stegmeyer, and I believe she starred in a Japanese soap opera for a couple years, or a Japanese TV show. So I don't know. If you know anything about Risa Stegmeyer, please leave a comment and let me know. But I believe this is Risa Stegmeyer here, so she's got commentary duties, I assume. And I'm pretty sure that's Risa Stegmeyer. There isn't many more half American, half Japanese. I say half American, half white Caucasian. I assume white Caucasian. Half white, half Japanese personalities in Japan around this time. I think she was one of the only ones. So I assume this is Risa Stegmeyer. If I could read names and read Japanese, I probably could have identified her name, but I can't. I don't know who this guy is. He looks vaguely familiar, but I don't know for sure who this is. Is he a Japanese pro wrestling commentator, possibly? We see one of the Nobu assholes on his right shoulder, Nobuyuki Sakikabara. So obviously he's here because of the Pride Fighters. So this must have been a cross-promotional event, clearly, with Satoru Sayama. I don't think Pride would do a whole lot of business along with Satoru Sayama. I think this is the only Pride versus Seikendo event ever. And I know Antonio Inoki was getting close to Pride around this time. So maybe that has to do with this little coming together, because you could call Shuto a competitor to Pride, and certainly Shuto would suffer as Pride became much more popular. I think all the Japanese fighting promotions suffered. Pancrase. I'm at a loss of how many other Japanese MMA organizations there was. Well, yeah, Pancrase, Shuto, Rings. Yeah, they all suffered pretty badly as Pride rose to prominence. There's Satoru Sayama. There's some more Ultimate Boxing showcases, I assume, and not just straight kickboxing. But they are showing pretty much a lot of kickboxing. I don't see any of the shootboxing stuff yet. Maybe they just found a bunch of badass Soviet kickboxers. Here we go. It's Seikendo versus Pride, although every reference I see to it is Pride versus Seikendo. Enten Inoue choking out Nishida. I mean, we saw Ogawa. There was Sakuraba tapping out. Taylor Gracie. And there's a lineup of fighters. Wow. And who's missing? I'll tell you who's not. I like this. I don't know if this was intentional, but look at the sort of stair-step effect here, what they had with the vanishing point is over here, and the fighters are vanishing into the background. The Russians kind of do it the reverse way. Overall, very sloppy Photoshop work here. It looks like it was done in about 15 minutes. Don't know who that is. Igor Borisov, don't know who that is. Tachikari, Vanderlei Silva, not in this event fighting. There's Francis Braga, and we've got Masake Satake, the Masake Satake, and then there's 2 other guys on here that we'll see. So I'm not too familiar with the setup of the Yokohama Arena, but do they have up in this area, up atop there, are there more seats up there? We'll see how many of these seats get filled up as the fight goes along here. And so this appears... this is almost the entire event. I took out there as an intermission. There was like a 25-minute intermission that pretty much replayed the fights. No additional commentary from the broadcast team. They just kind of replayed the highlights of the fights previously. So I just cut that out. I did not want to include this thing is already long enough. It's way too long as it is. But as we can see, so they're all Russians. So we have Fontes Braga here, I assume. Let's say that is Tachikari Masake Satake. Who could that be? I don't know who that's going to be. What is that? What flag is that? I don't know what flag that is. Maybe that's Jose. We'll see Pele, so maybe that's Jose Pele Landy. Anyway, continuing. Oh no, that's Pele right there. Obviously, they're just calling him Pele. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I've gotten it all wrong. I'm just playing. Let's continue on. Ultimate Boxing, today's match. The great big Yokohama Arena. Here's our rules. 1 round by 3 minutes, and then an extra 3-minute round? Maybe? I don't know. There's our Ultimate Boxing. There's your throws, and then it's going to be limited ground engagement. The refs will see get in there pretty quick when they're on the ground if there's nothing significant happening. They will not let a standstill happen on the ground, on the mat. So this maybe is our Ultimate Boxing rules. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, so this never appeared, this event. I could never find it. There was maybe like 2 years ago, I saw an old post on like an MMA forum that shared video links to like a YouTube, but those were taken down. By the time I got around to it, they were long gone. And then out of the blue, I get a message because I had went to the Russian forum, and I always just will hop on the Russian forum. There's a bit going on here. We have a bit going on. Okay, so there's Saki Kabara and some strange-looking Japanese man who almost looks like an old American actor I can't put my name on. Some classic American actor from the 50s. He looks very strange here. What is he doing with his lip? And now Saki Kabara is doing there's some bit going on. Funny stuff. But getting back to the story I was telling. Out of the blue, so I always will pop on the Russian forum and always just ask if they've ever seen like some of these obscure events that I'm looking for, like WMMAA, the one where Ken Shamrock, they held one event, Ken Shamrock won their heavyweight championship, and then they never held another event. That'd be a great event to see, just to check it out, but anyway, I'll ask about stuff like that. And I asked about Pride versus Seikendo like maybe a year ago. And lo and behold, I get a private message on the forum saying, hey, here it is. And he linked me, so I downloaded it. And then I looked on YouTube, and somebody just like 2 days ago uploaded it as well in bits and pieces. And I will link to that channel if you want to check it out without my stupid commentary, and in little bite-sized nuggets you can watch it as each fights were. So maybe that's just how the world works, you know? Maybe that's I think it's a Japanese channel though. and a Russian sent me the message. So thanks to my Russian friend, and check out the description, the details of the video to get a link to that other channel that has this event separate out into individual fights. So here they're still recapping the event. I might fast forward this because they're talking in Japanese, and what the fuck do I know about what they're saying? Is there anything interesting happening? I've skipped ahead about 2 minutes here. Is there going to be a parade of fighters? Oh, whoa. Okay, we don't want to miss that. Whatever was just on the screen, we do not want to miss that. I think we're in store for some fantastically awesome Nitro Girl-esque dancing here. A dance number, a dance routine. This is going to be great. The lights go out. Whoa, here we go. Wow. Of course, when you go to see a Shuto event, a Pride versus Seikendo event, what do you hope to see but costumed ladies dancing? And there seemed to be a mix of all sorts of different cultures, races represented here. Wow, this is awesome. This is great stuff. Wow. It's supposed to be disco inspired. What does disco have to do with Pride versus Seikendo? What is Satoru Sayama smoking? Did he book this? Did he plan this out? Is this his vision? Or did somebody else, some other producer that he got wrapped up with? Because don't forget, Pride is obviously co-promoting this. So in Sky TV, the big Japanese network, so maybe they got involved and said, you know what, we need to have dancing. We need to have dance routines in this event if we're going to broadcast this on TV, because I believe this only ever was broadcast on TV. I don't think it was ever released on DVD or VHS. I could be wrong. So yeah, if this was a TV exclusive, of course this must sell in Japan. This is how you get the advertisers. You get dancing. Oh, fuck me. I'm bored already. I'm really fucking bored. It was fun for like the first 10 seconds. Now I am over it because, don't get me wrong, the dancing I guess is nice, and I can see they spent a lot of time practicing this routine. They're nicely coordinated, but let's be real here. I don't give a fuck about dancing. I do not like figure skating. I do not like interpretive dancing. I can barely stand like a Broadway musical that has a lot of dancing. So this is just really boring me. And I wish they would just move the fuck on. How long? Okay, they're getting out of the ring. Ooh, thank God. Hurry up, girls. Move a little faster here. We need... Come on, leave. Okay, go. Yes, thank you, ladies. Great stuff. Wow, that's her solo. That's her time to shine. Everybody else is out of the ring. Great. What a start to our event. Wow, you really want to get the bloodlust going in the crowd. That's how you do it. I am so hyped for this. Oh, I can just feel it right in my loins. I'm ready for fighting action after watching that. Great stuff. Yes. The crowd appreciates it. I think that's a pity applause right there. Pride versus Seikendo. So who is representing Seikendo? Is it all the Russians? All the Russians are representing Seikendo? They didn't have any Japanese to represent Seikendo? This just creates so many questions for me. There's Satoru Sayama. He's looking very bloated. Got a great head of hair, though. Can't take anything away from him on that area right there. He's definitely got me humiliated with my bald head. He kind of looks like he could play a good Japanese Yakuza boss, you know? Right here. You know, like in the Yakuza video game, put a pair of sort of lightly tinted glasses on him. He would be a great Yakuza boss. Did he star in any movies? Was he an actor? He does have some great striking looks, I guess, here. If you put a little makeup on and get rid of the bags under his eyes, and maybe if he was 10 years younger, he probably could have been a Japanese movie star. Wish I could help you guys out here wondering what he's saying. I'm in the same boat. I have no idea. Is he reciting a poem? Is he reciting a story? Is he telling the crowd what Seikendo World Association is? Is he talking about the history of Shuto, his dreams as a child? Is he talking about an abusive father he had that he had to overcome? Is he telling a tale of some poor girl who got in a car accident and died? The possibilities are boundless. What he's talking about. But it's probably something very mundane in actuality. Oh, he is talking about Seikendo. Yes. I notice a lot of Japanese people have crooked grills, crooked teeth, yellow teeth, messed up teeth. Maybe they don't have fluoride in the water. But then again, how many developed nations use fluoride in the water other than America? That's kind of weird, don't you think? And fluoride in the water has probably done great things for Americans' teeth in general. Because I'm sure there's dentists in Japan. You know, everyone talks about the most famous of the bad teeth, the Brits. But I'm sure there's dentists over there. It's not like they don't have dentists. So being that dentistry is probably as advanced in America as it is in Britain or Japan, we're having a rules demonstration here. So here's the difference between shoot boxing and ultimate boxing, right there. And I'm almost positive that there is no ground fighting in shoot boxing. So as he continued, whoa, what was with them punches there? So going back, so dentistry being the same, how can Americans generally have better teeth than other nations with, you know, similar advancements in dentistry? It's got to be the fluoride in the water, right? But on the flip side, fluoride is like a mind control chemical. You know, I don't drink tap water when I can, because in America, tap water has fluoride. Whoever invented fluoride, they just have an unlimited stream of money coming in, because every water purification plant that sends tap water out, every city municipality uses fluoride in the tap water. So somebody's gotten rich off of inventing fluoride or selling the fluoride chemical to American municipals. So I don't drink tap water when I can. My teeth are okay, but I drank a lot of tap water when I was a kid, I guess. I don't drink it anymore, though, because fluoride I don't think it's good for you, despite the benefits it gives your teeth. I just don't think it's good for you. Who knows what's in that fucking shit? Who knows what it really does to you? In fact, maybe it makes people crazy. It might be all just a giant conspiracy plot by the deep state and the New World Order to infect Americans with something that will be used at a later date. I'll leave it at that. So we just had our rules demonstration there. And Satoru Soyama still has more to say. So I imagine that this was just when this is broadcast on TV, This is ratings poison. You fucking turn this on expecting fighting action. Pride is the big craze that's catching on. It's super popular. People are talking about it. You're going to see some Pride versus Seikendo. Wow, this is going to be a spectacle. And you turn it on and you see fucking dancing and Satoru Sayama talking for 5 minutes. People turned off the TV. Right there. Maybe that's why there wasn't a second Pride versus Seikendo. Among many reasons, possibility why there was another one. Maybe Satoru Sayama decided he didn't want to. Maybe he had a bad experience with the co-promoting with Pride and Sky TV. Saki Kabara took too much money, too much of a cut. Whatever. Maybe it was that people just didn't tune in. Or they tuned in, then they tuned out. Whoa, there's Tachikari. That is Yoshiaki Okada, I believe. They just have him written down as Tachikari. Tachihikari. It's Tachihikary. So Tachihikary, I guess. There you go, Tachikari versus Ahmed Zurab. Ahmed Zurab had one previous fight before this. I think it was a ultimate boxing match. No, he didn't. He had 0 fights before this, at least that are listed on his record. So I can't say for sure if he's ever fought before. Oh boy, we get some more dancing, just what we all wanted. These ladies are dressed in some phallic-inspired getup. Wow, just what we wanted. More dancing and more gaijin dancers too. It's kind of strange. Was there a dance troupe that was traveling through Japan at the time that they were looking for work? I don't know. Anyway, going back to Akhmedov, he's Russian. You would have to be able to trust wholeheartedly the English online MMA record keepers to know if he ever fought in Russia, and I don't. So maybe he had some shoot boxing fights before this. Maybe he had some MMA fights in Russia. Maybe there's a Russian online source for records that might have more information, but I don't have fucking time to look that shit up. So there's Akhmedov Zorab, Russian. He's going to be taking on Okada. He's going to be giving up a lot of weight in this. He's a tall fellow, though. He's listed at 6'7", 230 pounds. Tachikari is what, 6'4", 6'3", but he's almost 300 pounds, so similar. Well, they're different enough in height and a lot different in weight. I need a drink. I took a drink. So there you have SWA Ultimate Boxing. He's representing Ultimate Boxing in this matchup of Pride versus Seikendo. So what is Seikendo exactly? Is that the name for the shoot boxing / ultimate boxing that Satoru Sayama is promoting here? Is that what Seikendo is exclusively? Seikendo is shoot boxing? I don't know. So here comes Okada. He's getting some hand drums for his music. No expenses were spared. Of course, we get familiar camera and production work here. So I wonder if the same producer who was doing the Pride events at the time was also charged with doing this event. Seems very likely. Seems like a good guess. There's Okada and his giant fucking head. Holy shit. Excuse me. Giant fucking head. He's got... What is on his shirt there? Some sort of symbols. He's got a Japanese prayer song as his entrance music. He's gonna need a prayer because we've seen him fight Gary Goodridge and get walloped, beat very badly. So yes, he needs a prayer if he's gonna beat this Russian. Very round, stout face of Okada. Turn the music off. He's in the ring. He's got a afro-haired cornerman. And we have a Shuto announcer here, ring announcer. We have a Shuto-inspired referee, it looks like. It was Ahmed Zurab. Akhmedov. He looks like he has a plastic face. What's wrong with his face? He's got a very pointed nose, too. Like he's a character. Come back, buddy. Did you see that? He just stood out there. Guy is obviously... I gotta go back. Instant replay that. This guy is clearly... Not only is he fucking strange looking... not strange looking in a bad way. Don't get me wrong. I'm not clowning on a guy because he looks ugly or anything like that. He's got... like the Garbage Pail Kids, unique look.
Ugliness is not in a mirror. Ugliness is cruelty, meanness of spirit, greed. To be blessed with unusual features is an adventure.
Looks like his face is made out of Play-Doh and a kid stepped on it. So Akhmedov, he just stands there. Go back, buddy. So here's Chicory Okada. Chicory. He looks like he's lost a little weight. He looks like, honestly, like he's got the body shape of a sausage. There's not much curvature to it. It's just like straight up and down. He looks like a bag filled of shit. He's got the body shape of a condom filled with shit. I know that's kind of rude to say, but that's the best way to describe him. I'm not saying it in a negative way. Don't get me wrong, fight fans. When I say he looks like a condom filled with shit, it's not a negative. It's the best way to describe him. There's a leg kick and some punches from Akhmedov. Okada goes to, just sort of dragged him by the arm there. Okada's looking to tie up here. He's getting popped, kicked. Throw your punches, Okada. Throw a fist. He's just eating strikes here. Okada, what are you doing? Cover up. Throw a punch. Why are you trying to grab the guy? Okada, you are awful. Okada, you are terrible. You stop doing this to yourself. Never fight again. Okada, he's getting rocked here. He's getting beat up. He's tumbling. He's down. He's out. Oh, there's counts in this one. Why is there counting? What happened to the ground fight? Oh, I guess it's kind of like rings, where if you get knocked down with a strike. If you get knocked down with a strike in Ultimate Boxing, that's it. Fight's over. If you get knocked down via strikes in Ultimate Boxing, and not like a takedown or a throw, they count it as a down. So there you go. Akhmedov Zurab is the victor over a very easy opponent to Chicory. So what would become of our two awesome hard hitters here? Well, on his official listed record, Ahmed would only have one more fight, and that would happen in 2004. In June of 2004, so 4 years later, he would fight Koji Okuyaka at Gladiator FC Day number 2, and he would win via KO. Okay. As for Chicory, this poor son of a bitch would not have a good go of it. After losing to Gary Goodridge, Ahmed Zurab here, he would then lose in a Seikendo event called Seikendo, SWA Ultimate Boxing, not featured in Pride. He would lose to Dimitrov Yuruku via TKO. Then in January 2001, he would lose to Kengo Watanabe at Deep 2001. I think that was Deep First Impact. He lost via KO. And then in December of 2001, at Deep Third Impact, he lost to El Kanek via TKO. Hold on, pause this. El Kanek. Who is this fucking guy? El Kanek. Is he a wrestler? That might be an MMA oddity. Oh, fuck, and I can get that one. Sorry, fight fans. I'm doing a little on-the-fly research here. This is good, though. This is good. I'm getting more... Come on, you fucking cocksucker. El Kanek. He's a wrestler. Felipe Estrada, known as Kanak or El Kanak, is a Mexican luchador. Holy shit! We have another MMA oddity right there. Another pro wrestler in MMA. El Kanak beat the shit out of... did I call him Okada? I've been calling him fucking Okada the whole time. It's Osamu Kawahara. Now it makes sense. Not Okada. Fuck me. God, I'm bad with names. My memory's bad. Yeah, so I've been calling the Chicory here Okada the whole time. His name was actually Osamu. And now that sounds right, yes. Osamu Kawahara. Forgive me, fight fans. Forgive me. Anyway, let's press play and get back into this. So that was an easy victory for Ahmed. The next bout is going to see this guy's name. Mirza Magomedov. Yeah, that's right. Mirza Magomedov. Magomed. His last name is Magomed. His first name is Mirza Magomedov. Magomed. I'm never going to say this fucking guy's name again. He's going to be taking on Ebenezer Fontes Braga in our second, I assume, ultimate boxing matchup here. There is Jesus. Jesus! On his shorts. There he is fighting Sakuraba. He got in some good strikes on Sakuraba. And then he just sort of fell into a Sakuraba trap right there. Sakuraba tapped him out with an armbar, if I recall correctly. So Magomed, I'm not even gonna try this fucking guy's first name. I've already made myself sound like a stupid idiot too much already. Here we go, some nice, what is this? Oh god, fucking dancers. Come on. I'm over this shit. So here we are, maybe they're a Russian dancing troupe. That's it. We're figuring this shit out, fight fans. They look, do they look Russian? They look Russian, don't they? This is a Russian dance troupe that tagged along with the Russian fighters. This was some sort of agreement that was made, or they promoted this, or when they sold this fight to the Russian government or whatever Russian fighting body that they had to arrange these fighters to come to Japan for this. They said, hey, one side or the other said, hey, we'll do it, or we'll sweeten the deal. We'll take your Russian dancing troupe that, you know, so you can promote it, or they need work, or whatever, their famous Russian dancing troupe that you're trying to get over, you know, get over in terms of popularity, whatever. We'll send them along. That's it. We figured it out. It's a Russian dancing troupe that has tagged along, or it was a bundled deal. You get these Russian fighters if you take the Russian dancing troupe, and they get the... Can't you know? Don't you know how to get in the fucking ring, buddy? Magomed. Magomed. It's so funny. I'm gonna call him Magomed from here on out. Magomed. That's how you say it. I know that's how you're supposed to say it. Not Magomed, it's Magomed. And then here comes Ebenezer Fontes Braga. We know him. I don't think he would fight in Pride ever again. I think he was done with Pride. I think I closed out his history at a previous Pride Resurrection episode. I'm almost positive, but taking a second look, yes. Pride 15 was his last Pride. And that Pride 15 was a month after this event. Yeah, so prior to this, Fontes Braga's record wasn't too shabby. He started out his career with a loss, then cracked out 8 straight wins, then had 2 straight losses, fought in UFC Ultimate Brazil, won against Jeremy Horn, beat Brandon Lee Hinkle. He took a draw against Masakazu Funaki and Pancrase, premiered at Pride 6, lost to Sakuraba. He lost to decision via Kirisoji at the opening rounds of the 2000 Grand Prix, and then he's here at this event. So his record was 10-5-1 at this point. Not too shabby, but I think he was looking a little long in the tooth. Fontes Braga was, I'm pretty sure, a part of the Luta Livre stable of fighters. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure he wasn't a part. He was a part of the Brazilian Vale Tudo fighters that were. I'm trying to describe them, but it's hard to describe that group of Brazilian Vale Tudo fighters that were okay, but they really weren't that good. I think they were just used because they were available and maybe they had a name. They had established a name. Sort of like Hugo Duarte and the Pedro Otavio, Fontes Braga, Pele, Alan Goes, how do you say his name? It was Yuji Shimada getting another little payday. Don't grab the ropes, he says. Something about kicking on the ground. You can beat and throw a guy to the ground. I'm sure Fontes Braga is understanding every word he just said. Judging by the look on his face, he totally understood. Here we go, round 1 of our second Ultimate Boxing matchup here. I don't know why Fontes Braga would partake in this, why he would be a participant in this. What the fuck is Ultimate Boxing to him? This is not what he's used to. He's used to Vale Tudo, bare knuckle, or with little MMA gloves and those rule sets that are similar to Vale Tudo. This, what the fuck is this to him? Why is he here? I don't know, one of those mysteries of life. There was a nice 1-2 kick combo. Jesus, he has on the front of his trunks a nice black and gold, I assume. On our video rip here, it looks washed out, but I assume it's like a metallic gold. We're in the ropes here, clinched. Braga is going for knees. Magomed was going for a trip. Baby Blue Eyes Braga has got a reach advantage on him here. He goes in with punches. I'm not sure if he's ever boxed before. I'm sure he's boxed, but in a professional sense, has he ever boxed? Probably not. He's got a body lock here. He goes for a knee. He's got Magomed turned around in the ropes. Yuji Shimada separates him and restarts him in the center of the ring. It doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of clinch fighting allowed, which is a superior rule in my mind than, let's say, Pride, because even modern day MMA, get a lot of clinches up against the cage, or in Pride you'll get clinches in the corner against the ropes. So in one way, Ultimate Boxing here is superior, in my opinion, to Pride and MMA because of that, just that area. Here we have a takedown from Braga. He's on top. He's in side control. Magomed had turned his back. It's actually easier to say the guy's name how it should be pronounced, Magomed instead of Magomed. Braga's raining down some hard shots here. Magomed is covered up. Braga's up. He's getting some good power into those punches. That one was deflected. Oh, he gets trapped there briefly. He was going for a belly shot. Magomed is covered up here, and Braga is throwing down some good leather, breaking right through those arms. He's slapping him on the side of the head. He goes down to the body. He just beamed the elbow there of Magomed. And now Yuji Shimada stands him up. So again, superior format in this area is the stand-ups and the separations. So as this continues, fight fans, we will together see in what other areas Ultimate Boxing is superior to regular MMA. So far, the fight's pretty enjoyable. Quick rounds. That was a 3-minute round. First round is over. I would have to give, so far, if I was going to rate Ultimate Boxing as a style and format of fighting, I'd give it an 8. I think it's been pretty entertaining so far. Pontus Braga looks like a giant goon. He is I would consider like a mid to low tier Brazilian fighter. Not that I dislike Braga. Again, don't get me wrong. Ooh, that was a nice cheeky little jutting uppercut there. Don't get me wrong, I like Pontus Braga. I'm just saying he's a middle to low tier Brazilian fighter. He wasn't anything special. He had a little bit of notoriety for a little bit of time, like the Pedro or Hugo Duarte. So here we go, round 2. I would have, if this is judged on a round-by-round system, which it might be, or it could be judged by the whole of the fight. So far, Braga is winning the fight. It's hard to get away from judging round by round. But if the fight right there in round 1 was 100% of the fight, Braga won 80% of it. So that was a nice little clinch there after a punch from Magomed. And that's how Pride, you have to understand Pride's fighting sort of rule structure for judging the fights. The entirety of the fight. You have to look at it as what percentage of the total fight did one fighter win. Not round by round, because a guy could win one round and then lose 2 rounds, even though maybe for the majority of the fight he was still the winner, you know. I mean, if he had a huge first round, he dominated the whole first round, and then maybe 40% the next 2 rounds, he still would have won the majority of the fight, if that makes any sense. But I do believe Pride did it more on a sort of totality of scoring points. You know, you would get awarded points for doing this, awarded points for doing that, ring control, striking, aggression, going for the finish. You get points for all that stuff, and whoever at the end of the fight had the most points. Oh, that was a nice exchange there. Braga got the better of it. Magomed goes for punches, gets kicked right in the stomach, and then Braga capitalizes with more punches after. Magomed with his left is getting countered every time he throws it. There again, as soon as he's throwing that left, whoa, and he got buckled there with a knee. He's got a 10 count here. So to wrap up the little scoring structure I was talking about, Pride does it on just accumulation of points in total of the whole fight, I'm pretty sure. But you can also judge it as, you know, just a percentage based, who controlled the most of the fight going over, no matter how many rounds you had. Oh, Magomed gets a nice takedown there. He can't capitalize though as Braga crawls on top of him. And now he's working the belly, so here we're going to see some ground fighting, but Yuji Shimada's in pretty quick because he kind of saw a stalemate, and I'm pretty sure that's how they are determined whether to stand up fighting on the ground. whether it looks like a stalemate or it might be a stalemate, or if one guy doesn't have a clear advantage on top, they'll stand it up. But on the feet here, it's all Braga. He scores with a knee there, comes over the top with a right. We're clinched against the rope and the bell rings. That was a quick 3 minutes. Was that 3 minutes? I guess it was. Wow. So we're going to be heading into the third round here. I don't know how many rounds there are in these Ultimate Boxing matchups, but I assume it's 3 rounds. Oh, we get to hear Risa Stegmaier. I haven't heard her at all. So I thought she was going to be on commentary duties, unless she just has had nothing to say so far, or she didn't know when to start talking. Maybe she is doing sort of like a reporting job, just talking about breaking news that is happening during the fight. Well, we haven't heard her the whole time, and she just chimed up there, and now she's quiet again. So I don't think she's an actual part of the commentating team. She might be like a sideline reporter that they'll cut to if they want to get some tidbit on the fight. So here we go. Braga is resuming his dominance on the feet here. His boxing looks really good. I don't know how much amateur boxing or professional boxing Braga has under his belt, but his boxing has looked pretty good. I gotta say, I have a newfound respect and appreciation of Ebenezer Fontes Braga. I did not know he was this good of a boxer. He's looked really good. Not that he's setting the world on fire. I'm not saying that he's, like some amazing boxer, but I'm saying his boxing is pretty good. His kickboxing, his kicks here have been really good. I don't think we've ever gotten to see him shine like this before in Pride. He's looking really good in there. Magomed there foolishly flies in with his head down, nearly gets clipped with a kick/knee. Now we're clinched again here, and Magomed might be trying to use some sambo throw on him. It does not succeed, though. Back to fighting here. Here's a chopping leg. Nice knee there, right up the middle. Another good knee. He's got the clinch. He's trying to squeeze down Magomed's head there to maybe fire off another knee. Yuji Shimada's getting really busy tonight. He's having to work a lot to separate these guys. Oh, straight left. Found its mark. The right didn't. Whoa! Magomed just got a sniff of Braga's toes there as the toes whip across the face. Wow, and Braga throws him down there. That was very slick. And now Magomed is covered up here. He's getting worked to the body. This is all Braga. This is like, this is an easy fight to, if you were going to score for the judges. If you're going to give a fight, if it goes to the judges, this is an easy fight to score. This has been all Braga. Wow, Braga is dominating this Russian. Now, of course, he's got the reach on him. He's got size on him, but maybe Magomed here isn't very experienced. Did I say what his record was? I think I talked all about Braga's record, and I did not mention Magomed's record here at all. Magomed, oh, this was his one and only fight fans. So, yep. He's also given up about 4 inches to Braga. He's listed at 5'9". Braga is listed at 6'2". Chopping leg kick there, and goes right back to the tie clinch, and that is the end of the fight. It sounded like from the bell there. So that was all Braga. If we're going to go to the judges and get a decision, that was clearly Braga. Braga dominated that fight. Magomed just had nothing for him. He tried a couple throws. He tried to work it down to the ground, but I don't know what his plans were once it got down to the ground. I mean, with boxing gloves, what does he expect to do unless he's got great ground and pound? But he might just be a pure sambo judo guy. Look at that throw. Nice little trip there. And throws him by the neck. and then lands a nice right coming down. Again, Magomed here just kind of badly covering up, turned on his side, covering up. That gives a lot of openings for Braga. Braga towers over him. It's got to be 5 inches. Magomed is smaller than Yuji Shimada. He's shorter than Yuji Shimada, unless Yuji Shimada is wearing lifts in his shoes. Yeah, that was an easy decision. Braga looked great, but I think he had the advantage of fighting a very inexperienced fighter. Maybe a pure judo practitioner with some sambo. I don't think Magomed here had anything on the feet. The couple times they exchanged, his boxing wasn't, I guess his striking didn't look robotic. He didn't score a lot on the feet, but his punches did not look like they were amateurish, so he has some training in terms of striking, but he just had no answers for Braga. All Braga, that was a good fight. I enjoyed it, even though it went to a decision. Quick rounds, lots of action. I would easily score this fight, even though it was a nobody against a semi-somebody Brazilian. I would give that an 8 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Why are you taking the shirt off? Is he gonna fight again? Oh, he's gonna throw his sweat-covered shirt out to some poor hapless Japanese person who does not want that disgust. These people walk around wearing face masks, surgical masks everywhere. You think they want your greasy, sweaty shirt, Braga? He kisses someone, some Japanese person. Look at that cute little Japanese cop there. Oh boy, there's nothing less intimidating than a Japanese police officer. They have no power. They have no means to stop violent criminals. And there goes Braga. To the adulations of the Japanese crowd, he's headed to the back to bang some Japanese hookers, undoubtedly. Good showing from Braga, even though the guy was kind of an amateur. Now we're going to go into our next fight here, which I think is out of order. The fights are not played correctly. I think this was my fault. But the next fight is going to see Igor Borisov, or is it Borisov Igor, taking on Giant Ochai. Now, interestingly enough, this is both men's first MMA bout, and it is going to be our first MMA bout of this event. I say interestingly enough that this was their first MMA bout because both men's second MMA bout would also come on the same event, even though they were not fighting each other, and that was at Pride 10. Giant Ochai would take on Rico Rodriguez, and Igor Borisov, of course, would take on Mark Kerr. Both losing efforts from both men, but the good news is both men can't lose here. There's got to be a winner, so one of them is getting a win, and we shall see who. So I think we just saw our rules for the MMA bout flash on the screen there, and I think the announcer, the PA system, is announcing the rules for the MMA bout upcoming, because the crowd are going to go through a huge change in what they've been seeing versus the shoot boxing. This was actually I'm pretty sure this might have been the fourth fight of the night. The first bout was the proper first bout we saw, and then the second bout, I think, happens on this video after this one. And then the Braga fight, and then this one. I could be wrong. But anyway, who fucking cares? All the fights are here, so we're going to see all the fights. It doesn't matter if they're played in order or not. Just shut up and enjoy the video. You wouldn't have known they were out of order unless I told you. So don't say a word. So here we see Igor Borisov You know what? I have to take back what I just said a moment ago. I said that this was both men's first MMA bout. This is both men's first MMA bout as per their records. But if you remember, in my Pride 10 commentary for the history of Igor Borisov, I had discovered secret fights that he had taken part in, and they were Russian tournaments, I believe, but they weren't listed on his record. No resource I found showed those fights on his record. They were legitimate fights. I viewed them. Why weren't they listed on his record? I don't know. But officially, this is his first fight. Though we know the truth, it wasn't actually his first fight. He had been fighting Russians in tournaments. So here we go. We've got the Chiquita Banana Girls now. How many costumes do they have? We've seen 3 different costumes for these small little pre-fight dance segments. And then they had the disco crazy costumes. There were a hodgepodge of costumes in the opening dance routine. So here comes, is this Igor Borisov? I imagine he will be our first competitor. He's coming out to some very up-tempo club music here. Maybe this is Russian club music. He's looking very, he looks like Tommy Gunn from Rocky V. Very Tommy Gunn-esque, and not to make parallels here, but hopefully he does not have AIDS like Tommy Gunn AIDS. But very Tommy Gunn-esque. Tommy Gunn's mullet in Rocky V was amazing. Tommy Morrison, I'm calling him Tommy Gunn because that was his character's name, but Tommy Morrison could have been somebody huge, but sometime in the 80s he contracted AIDS or HIV, whatever, and it kind of cut short his career because for the first couple years after in the 90s, he was a very good boxer and a rising star, and then suddenly something happened. I don't know if the AIDS kicked in. Is there a point in time when the AIDS kick in? The AIDS kicked in and his career took a tumble. Anyway, there's Borisov. Why am I talking about Tommy Morrison and AIDS? I don't know, because he looks like Tommy Morrison. But I do like Igor Borisov's haircut there. Now, this is circa 2000, and maybe Russian hairstyles were about 10 to 15 years behind America, and that's why he has that haircut in 2000, because that would be like an American haircut, I don't know, around 1989, 1990. Again, Tommy Morrison, that was his haircut for the late 80s, early 90s. Anyway, out next is Giant Ochai, the actual Okada of our event, even though I was calling Asumu Kawahara Okada the entire time. This guy really is Okada. Trust me on this one. He's coming out to a Japanese serenade, it sounds like, and you can see his cornermen there have afro wigs matching his afro wig, which is a troll, because under that afro wig he has an actual afro. He's got on dark sunglasses. He's got on a baseball jersey of some type. What does it say? I can't really see. It says Fat County. He's representing Fat County. I don't think it's Fat County. He gets his face wiped down and he puts the glasses back on. Maybe the glasses are greasy. Yeah, Giant Ochai. I'm not really sure how I feel about him as a fighter. I guess I can appreciate his goofiness and his antics, so to speak, his showmanship. And he's an alright. I mean, he could have been maybe a pretty good MMA fighter if he developed his skills better. Oh, his hair's kind of flat. The crowd laughs after he takes off the afro to reveal the afro. His afro would get more unwieldy come Pride 10, so he must have not had it cut at all and just let it grow even more. And we'll see the Russian Igor Borisov. He looks like he's cut from granite. Very impressive physique. I am sure there is not any steroids in that body. Yeah, definitely. That is who he looks like. Who does this fighter look like? He looks like Tommy Morrison. And now look at the body of Giant Ochai. Definitely a completely 180-degree difference from Igor Borisov. He's got a hairy back. There's some goofy-looking Japanese people. So now the stare down. Ochai has a little bit of height on him, maybe. Maybe not. They might be just approximately the same height. Ochai has little milk duds for nipples. Borisov definitely looks like a Russian. Oh, here we go. Ochai is hyping himself up, slapping his body. Round one. Now we saw in the promo package for Igor Borisov, he was doing maybe a kickboxing match. Whoa, that was a sloppy spinning back kick there. He did not nail that at all. But as we saw, he was doing some kickboxing. Maybe it was shoot boxing, unknown. But he looked pretty good. He's very spastic here. There's a lot of movement. Whoa, he gets in with that and gets out, and then Ochai tries to pounce on him. They fell there. And Igor Borisov is in half guard here. He's pounding away, beating the hell out of Ochai's head. There's some shots to the back of the head. Ochai is covered up here. That would be close to being stopped right there, but I think Yuji Shimada is going to let it go on. Wow, he is just smashing that left ear of Ochai. Oh, Ochai rolls, has a leg. Oh, let go of the rope there, buddy. Igor Borisov does not understand why is this little Japanese man slapping my hand. Could it be I am grabbing the ropes? He just didn't fucking give a shit because he held that rope literally for 4 or 5 smacks and then finally let it go. Well, we're back in that kind of back side control he had just a minute ago. He lays in a smash there and bangs his knee to get some extra effort into it. And he's going for those hammer fists. Ochai tries to roll again, tries to dislodge him, but he doesn't succeed. They're up. Ochai has a body lock. But look at the stance. Nice balance here by... Oh, he just shoves him right in the ass. What are you doing? You should have kicked him or punched him instead of shoving him in the ass. Now the fro of Ochai is looking crazy. It's very puffed up now. He fixes his gut, and they exchange haymakers. Neither man really connected here. I think Borisov is gassing out here. Another sloppy spinning back kick, and Ochai says that wasn't shit. I think Borisov might have punched himself out. He's dropping his hands here. I think definitely him holding his hands up is a problem for him right now. See, right now he took a deep breath, kind of dropped his hands. Sloppy punches there from Ochai. He just rushes in, swinging wildly. There's no technique there. He needs to target those a little bit better. Straight punches. If you're an amateur and you're a fighter of any type. Ooh. I think Ochai caught him there. Whoa, he tries to jump in for a wild flying punch. If you're an amateur getting into MMA, understand this. Straight punches. Straight punches. Learn straight punches. No looping crazy haymakers. Straight punches. It'll help you tremendously. There was a nice little pop and jab from Igor. He ducks that punch, gets a hold of the body, takes Ochai down. He has the ass of Ochai now. Slugs him under the armpit. Goes for it again. Now he's going for the side back control hammers. He's whacking him pretty good. He's putting a lot of force in it. His arms are going to be completely gassed if this goes back up to the top, back up to the feet. He's really smacking him with everything he's got, and his right arm is going to be completely gassed. These hammer fists are really effective, but his forearm inadvertently is smashing Ochai in the back of the head. And Yuji Shimada, of course, if you're just looking at the punches, you're saying, oh, the fist is going on the side of the head. But the forearm was smashing him right in the back of the skull. Ochai rolls there and gets Borisov back into half guard here. Borisov is breathing pretty heavy. He might be able to slip into mount here. Yep, he's working the leg over. Ochai tries to push him off. He gives up his back. Igor decides not to put the hooks in and gets on the back and side again. Now he's going for a traditional doggy, downward doggy, north-south position. Not to be confused with freaky mount. That can only be accomplished when one man has his back on the mat. Some strong hammers here from Borisov. He gets on the back again, but goes back to the side. He's getting warned about the back of the head. Oh, these are hard shots. He's punching him right in the shoulder there, though. Now he's going back to these hammers, which again, the forearm is colliding with Ochai's, the back of his head and neck. That was a good shot right to the ear. That one, the steam is coming off these punches, though. I think Borisov might have cooked his arms. At least his right arm, because he's been doing all the work on the ground here with his right arm. His left arm hasn't been getting any use at all. And there we see, oh, Ochai goes to pick up his mouth guard, and that fucking motherfucker Borisov goes for a jump kick. A bloody nose on Ochai. He's got a good head on his shoulders in terms of taking abuse. He's got a pretty good chin, although I think he's prone to TKOs in his career. I don't think he's been knocked out. Citation needed, and I'm not going to check right now. You can check on your own time. But I don't think he's ever been knocked out. I think he had a lot of TKOs, maybe some submissions. So we see Borisov here. He's slower. His arms, it looks like he is having difficulty holding him up. I guarantee you his right arm is gassed out. Maybe he should switch to the left arm here because, as I said, on the ground his left arm wasn't getting much work. He must purely be an orthodox fighter. He must not have any real training or abilities in his left hand. Why is he tapping the belly? He just tapped the love handle of Ochai. Why? Why did you do that? Yuji Shimada could have been confused and think you're tapping out. Oh, that was a solid left there. Those were some sloppy punches from Borisov. And see, his arms are straight down. Ochai, get him right now. Go get him, Ochai. His arms are straight down. Get him. Whoa, he doesn't hope. Playing possum? Was Igor Borisov playing possum? It worked. He's got him down. He's pounding him out. This is it. I think Yuji Shimada's got to jump in step. Yuji Shimada let that go on, but clearly Ochai was in trouble, covered up. He wasn't defending himself at all. Blood strewn across his arm, and Igor Borisov, wow. I think he really was tired, but he managed to pull a rabbit out of the hat with that. That was a little trickery. Good showing. That was a pretty good fight. If I were to rate so far, this event's been pretty good. I've been enjoying myself, except for the dancing interludes. The fights have been pretty good. Here we go. Playing possum, bam. That was beautiful. That was really good work from Borisov. He had his arms straight down. Ochai comes in to capitalize, and that left comes out of nowhere. It wasn't super fast, but it was fast enough to catch Ochai off guard. And these are just pounding him here. Ochai's covering up, not really defending himself, though. He doesn't see these punches coming. Bam. Wasn't a very solid shot, but I think it was enough. I think might have cut Ochai over the right eye, and he was just taken aback, dazed. So yeah, good fight. I would give this one a solid. I had fun watching it. 7 out of 10. I would say this event so far has been really fun. I'm surprised. This has been a good show so far. And I just heard Risa Stegmeyer. We haven't heard her the whole event except at the very beginning. Oh, Ochai's face is a bit of a mess. No, he doesn't want any accolades. He's a loser. He knows he's a loser. But Barizov still being a good sport there. We haven't heard Risa Stegmeyer the whole show, and she just chimed in there out of nowhere. Spinning jump kick there from Barizov. Ochai is headed out. There's Risa. She's looking on at the ass of Ochai. And out the other direction is Barizov, sending kisses to the crowd. Definitely steroid. That is a steroid body right there. That is an enhanced, chemically enhanced body. He's happy blowing kisses. There he goes. Yeah, good fight. Good event so far. I'm having fun. But you know what? As Barizov exits here. Oh, is he kissing? Oh, is that his wife? Is that his family? Just laid a kiss on somebody. Russia, I just noticed, was written on his ass. So there goes Barizov. Here's the replay. Was that at the beginning? Was that the end? Is this the end? Yeah, this is the end. That looked a little bit like more of a quick Russian there than just like a tricky little punch. Yep, Ochai. Maybe we'll do better next time. Alright, I'm going to pause it right here. Because fight fans, I'm going to take a break. We are an hour and 9 minutes into this event. We have another hour and 34 minutes to go. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to collect myself. Going to take a breather. Maybe have something to drink. Maybe go take a crap. There's the opportunities are boundless of what I might do. But I will be back for more exciting Ultimate Boxing Pride versus Seikendo action in just a moment. See you soon.